Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hollow Knight Silksong. I will quickly hit this and put us on the inventory menu so that we have the lovely music of Bellhard, but not necessarily the NPC sounds because this is going to take a while. Yeah, welcome back to this playthrough. I'm Pexygate, as you probably know. And I wanted to start this episode with a couple of lore speculations. Just going over what I've seen, like what I think so far, what kind of the thoughts I've had and the kind of connections I draw and yeah, kind of how everything comes together from my current understanding in the game, at least. I have a couple of friends with whom I'm connected via Discord, and we actually have a chat there where we discuss lore about Silksong. And I just I spent I don't know, probably like half an hour to write a lengthy summary of all the things I thought about and the theories I've made and just yeah, stuff in general. So I'd like to go over that. I'm not gonna read it word for word, but I have it here on the side, so if you see me glancing over on the screen, that's why. Just so I don't forget any important bits. So, it's very clear that the Weavers are smack center of the story. It seems so far very likely, most likely, that the Weavers are native to Pharloom, that is the place where they originated. I do keep myself a slither of doubt that they might have migrated to Pharloom from another kingdom, and that's while they lived here for a long time and they had their own kingdom here, they didn't actually originate here. That's just, I don't think that's actually true. I'm 99.9% sure that they actually originated in Pharloom. There's tiny chance they might not have. Reason is, we know they did migrate to Hellenest for some slightly unknown reason. There seems to be a conflicting party in Pharloom that has now taken over. The Weavers are basically extinct. But we don't know the full fleshed out reason why exactly the Weavers left and decided to take the journey and go somewhere else. But we know that they did migrate to another area, to another kingdom, and settled there, and there is at least a microscopic small chance that it's not the first time they did that. Just want to put that out there as a theory. Yeah, but they lived here for probably a long time, had a kingdom there. At least they call it their kingdom. And of course the question is, what did other factions, other bugs in Pharloom think about that? For example, the ants of Hunter's Marsh. And other creatures and bugs that we maybe haven't met yet, and some that we have. Were they their subjects? Were they part of that kingdom? Were they allies, enemies of the Weavers? Or did they stay independent and did their own thing? We've seen all this mixes and mashes of alliances and joining the kingdom and distancing it from it in Hollow Knight with when the Pale King came to this land and built his kingdom, because there was a bunch of people already there. There was the mushrooms were there, the Mosskin of Un were there, the probably the Weavers were already there, the Spiders of Deepness. At least I think could have been that they arrived later. I'm not 100% sure if that was ever explicitly stated in Hollow Knight. If the Weavers were already there when the Pale King came, or if they arrived after. That would be interesting as well. Yeah, the Mantises were there, like all these, the Moths were there, Moth tribe. So all these different factions, some of them joined the Pale King, others stayed independent. The Spiders of Deepness were enemies initially. So yeah, same goes for Pharloom. what were the factions, who was with the Weavers, who wasn't. Unanswered question for now. Yeah, how exactly that kingdom looked like, and who exactly was under their rule. And if it was indeed a kingdom, did it have a sitting monarch? That is kind of what a kingdom is, right? There you have a king and or queen at the top. And if so, who was that? Was that maybe Hera, or at least her bloodline? If it was Hera, Queen of Deepness, Hornet's mother, then I mean, that would make, of course, Hornet the princess of Pharloom, the last princess. And also then, given that we can at least suspect that it's been quite some time since the Weavers left Pharloom, and quite some time since Hellenes fell to ruin, even though I'm not completely sure yet how Silksong falls in line with the Hollow Knight timeline, if it was before or after, or some people speculate during. I don't think that's likely, because from the dialogue we get in Hollow Knight between Hornet and the Knight, it's clear that she has an eye on us. Yeah, so I don't think she would have time to be kidnapped to a faraway, very distant land, have her own adventure there, and then come back and watch the Knight do all the stuff there. And have all the interactions. So yeah, I don't think it's during. It's either before or after. I personally am still one of the people who's like, I feel like this might be more of a prequel. I mean, because if it is a sequel, let's be honest, Team Cherry has always said there is no true ending to Hollow Knight. All endings are equally canonical, and then people, of course, when Silksong was announced, came, what do you mean all endings are equally canonical? Like, there are endings in Hollow Knight where Hornet doesn't survive, like where this timeline isn't possible. So there has to be some endings that are at least truer than others if this is a sequel, but that's a different topic. So yeah, who was the monarch of this kingdom? Was it Hera? If so, she's old, like really old. Not impossible. We don't know the lifespan of Weavers. We don't know how old Hera was at all. And I mean, Hornet has been around for quite some time. Again, it's of course a little difficult to say like exact, like we never get an exact like time frame. Like it's never explicitly said in Hollow Knight. Yeah, Hellenes existed 10,000 years ago, and since then it's fell to ruin. Like that's just a random number. It's always just ages. Like Pale Lady has some White Lady has some dialogue where she warns the Knight about unleashing the Hollow Knight and radiance within it. The line is something like, then it would lash out with the rage of Aegis chain, something like that. So she's talking about ages. Again, very flowery language, not very specific. We're talking about bugs here. Maybe 20 years for a bug is a long ass time. I don't know, but you get my point. Not really super clear on the time frame, but what I wanted to say is there is a slight possibility that Weavers actually have a long life expectancy, given that Hellenes fell to ruin quite some time ago. We know Hornet was born before that because Hera was a dreamer and had to be put to rest. So she must have given birth before that. And Hornet seems to be still in her prime. So, and she's even being referred to as a child by at least some characters in here. Or at least hinted that she has a youthful appearance to some people. Even if she denies that, she's like, my childhood days are behind me. But, and you know, ages sometimes of characters, like if someone is 500 years old, and even someone who's 50 years old is like a child to them, you know, in comparison. But yeah, could be a hint that Weavers actually have a very long life expectancy, and then Hera could have actually been the queen of the weavers in Pharloom and taking at least some of her subjects and traveled to another land. When shit hit the fan here. Which brings me to the next question. What happened in Pharloom? Short answer, no fucking idea. I mean, it's clear that the weavers did not have this caste system that is centered around faith and faithfulness. I feel like the weavers were more like... Mentally, I've been comparing the weavers to like old clans and yeah, I'm gonna say clans, old clans of clans and tribes in Europe, you know, old Germanic tribes and stuff like that, with very nature-based religions and things like that, and all that got kind of swept away when the Roman Empire expanded all over the continent, and eventually that also, like, religion was also flooded all over the continent, but being Christianity. And it reminded me of that, kind of. So to have the weavers mentally as an image, so as more of a nature-based tribal group, doesn't have to be true. In the last cutscene after we defeated the widow, we had a cutscene where we saw a bunch of weavers playing the harp. That's a very sophisticated instrument. So maybe I'm totally wrong there, but in any case, there was a shift in society, and this faith, whatever exactly it is about, I don't know yet, came about. Either it was brought to Pharloom from the outside by one person or a group of people that came in, and then it basically caught. It caught in here, and yeah, slowly, or maybe not so slowly, took over. Maybe there was something like a civil war. I can imagine that was also happening. And yeah, so either there was a new faction coming in, or like a big group of people that came in, settled here, had their own like religion and culture that just took over, and eventually the weavers are kind of erased from the picture. Another option is that, yeah, it was just one person or a religion introduced by a deity or by just a single individual to the weavers and their subjects. And, you know, then part of them were like, hey, this seems like a cool thing, this new faith, we're totally into that. And there were other people who were like, no, we're gonna stick to our traditional ways. There was a split in the kingdom. So there was not a whole new faction, no whole new group of people coming in. It was just either the idea sprung, or it was just one person, or just a god came down from above. Like radiance came to them and told them, yeah, if you follow me, I make you all super powerful. Kind of like she did with the mantises, where, you know, she offered the mantises power in exchange for their belief, and Trader Lord and his people were like, yo, I'm down, and other mantises were like, nope, we're good with our traditional ways, you can fuck off. Maybe something similar happened. And then, of course, again, maybe a civil war or something like that. Either way, it seems to be a conflict. And then there's possibly 3 different options for me. Either all the weavers left Pharloom and went to Hallownest. I mean, it's technically a possibility, but it's also the game. From what we have read in the game, that can't be true, because every time you get a new ability, it says "we who remained." That means at least some weavers stayed here. So we had some weavers staying here in Pharloom. Obviously, a bunch left for Hallownest. How exactly the decision was made, who stays, who remains, no clue. But yeah, some left, some stayed. And then the question is, what happened to the ones who stayed? They either A, adapted to the new faith, or tried to remain, like retain their culture and their society, and either got wiped out in a civil war, or they eventually just over time it died out. Anyway, it's somewhat safe to assume there are no surviving weavers in Pharloom. I say somewhat, I'm gonna talk about that more in a minute. It also, as far as we know, it seems like there are no, or at least we haven't found any or met any surviving weavers in Hollow Knight, but there are none in Hellenest. Except for, of course, if you enter the Weaver stand, and also if you go into the Weaver stand and find Weaver Song and you exit, you meet a Weaver, but they run away. So we do see one alive Weaver. And the question is, are they truly extinct? Not sure. Again, they have migrated. We know that the Weavers have migrated from Pharloom to Hellenest when shit hit the fan in Pharloom. So why not migrate from Hellenest somewhere else once shit hit the fan there? So it doesn't necessarily have to mean they truly are extinct. Just we haven't officially met an alive Weaver. Again, we had that visual, like that tiny interaction in Hollow Knight. But like we haven't talked to one, and it's like really the only one we've ever seen alive, and just one surviving Weaver is a little, it's not really enough to sustain a race, you get me? So yeah, that's that. Where am I? Yeah, exactly. The current system definitely, I believe the game has even described it as a caste system, with faith at its center, going even so far as having rosary beads as the currency. And that's been explained to us in the game through dialogue. The more beads you have, the more holy you are, the higher your ranking in society, the higher you are allowed to basically move up the social ladder, and just probably enjoy all the good things that come with having more money. Just like living the good life, having more political and probably social power, all that stuff. Of course, with religion, that's the question: is there? What is the source? What exactly is the belief? Like, what is the belief system? What god or gods do we pray to? Is that God real or not? Is it? What is it based on? That belief? And like honestly, it could just be a totally made up religion that like the flying spaghetti monster that was just thought up by a group of people who were like, hey, I kind of would like to reign over all this country, let's invent a religion and make everyone believe it, and that will keep them under our foot. And then we can have all the power, and we call ourselves holy and like the enlightened or whatever. And basically this way, as a way just to control the masses, basically establish a religion to control the masses kind of style. Again, just theorizing, but a possibility I consider. Also on the question, why was Hornet brought here? At least Hornet herself, so far as we know, as far as we know, believes, or at least hypothesized, that it was because of her natural ability to produce silk. That is what she mentioned in dialogue with the seamstress. Could be true, could be not true. Hornet is as blind and as we are, so she only has the information we have. Not unlikely if the weavers truly are extinct, and we don't know exactly how, like, what the role of silk is yet. From my understanding, silk does seem to be a very powerful substance that is able to control minds, heal wounds, give special powers. So definitely a powerful, some would probably say magical substance. We do know that the weavers were able to weave magic into the silk and create the seals of binding, the magical seals of binding in Hollow Knight for the king. So there is definitely some magic capability to silk. And yeah, if the weavers are truly the only ones able to naturally produce silk, and there are no weavers left, and whoever is in power in Pharloom right now needs more silk, they would need a weaver. If Hornet is the only weaver or the only weaver they know of course, kidnapping her and bringing her here as a means to an end, as their living livestock silk production unit is of course something that seems somewhat plausible. I have a little bit of doubts, precisely because of the last boss I encountered in the last episode, the Widow. I didn't comment on it when I was fighting the boss because I was too locked into fighting, like analyzing her move and after every attempt analyzing, okay, what I did wrong, why did I die here, what do I have to do different now to beat her. But yeah, 6 eyes and at least as many limbs. I know spiders are arachnids that have 8 legs, but you get my point. And she had that one attack where she crawled, or 2 attacks where she crawled around the floor, very spider-like. So, I don't know. Maybe a weaver, the Widow, a descendant of the weavers. Doesn't mean that she has the capability to produce silk necessarily. Like through mutation over generations, of course, capabilities like that can be lost a lot in a species. But yeah, makes me question whether or not the weavers and or their descendants are truly dead. I guess maybe we'll find out, maybe not. We'll see what the game tells us. And yeah, also of course the Black Widow, pretty famous type of spider. Black Widow. Maybe this is reaching too far, but you know, just thought. Yeah, and of course, if that is true, that we still have weavers who may or may not, like weavers in Pharloom or descendant of weavers, who may or may not be able to produce silk, then that cannot be the reason why Hornet was brought in. Because if they have that, then there's no reason to kidnap her. Like, then there must be another reason. Yeah, I think that was all of it. And that was, I mean, that was a good bit. That was a good bit of thought, and yeah, all the war theories. Only 22 minutes, huh? Alright, but now that that is done, thanks for listening. Also feel free to share your thoughts in the comments if you like, and never ask for comments or likes or subscriptions or anything. I figure people, like, YouTube has been around for long enough, people know what to do if they enjoy content of a creator, and yeah, if someone wants to stick around, they will find a way to do so. Anyway, let me look around a little. Wait, okay, I haven't read some of the new stuff. Also, I wonder if we can, like, bring our needle to a blacksmith. Alright, the cling grip. Ancient weaver technique. Cling to sheer surface, leap off the rapidly scaled heights. Needle in, holy weaver talent. Play ancient melodies by stringing silk along the needle. Swift step. Fabled weaver talent. Dash forward and sprint with unnatural speed. And so gliding upon silk. Ooh, and just see we can collect 3 silk hearts. Nice. I initially thought when we went to get the needle, when we went into that dream space, where we got the needle, and I initially thought we would get another silk heart. Because that's what we got last time there. Anyway, after the last gaming session, I finally have wall cling, so wall jump. That means there are now 1,015,000,015 places available for us to explore. And I'm totally down, and I hope you are too. So honestly, some backtracking seems in order. And I have a bunch, like I have so many places I don't even know where to start. but probably at the bottom. So I definitely want to go back to Far Fields and go a couple places. Then to Hunter's March, I can get that on the way, kind of. And I also want to go back to the Moss Grotto, like because there was at least one door. You can see the little there when I used the needle in, and then after that first boss, there was also a door where, you know what, I'm gonna try the needle in a couple places where we had closed doors, you know. Also here in the Deep Docks, you never know, baby, you never know. So yeah. Also, something I wanted to say is, how do I phrase this? I feel like I'm just now really starting to play the game, if that makes sense. Or let me explain it while I'm changing my posture because my foot is actually falling asleep because of the way I was sitting. So yeah, let me go to the far field. Oh, sorry. I actually wanted to talk to people at Balhard first, so and check out the stores here. So let me voice it for why I feel like I am just now starting to actually play the game is because I have the walkling now. And yeah, that was also that was a thing about Hollow Knight that I said that in an earlier episode. Really, the two important movement abilities in that game are the dash and the wall jump. With those two, you can traverse 80-90% of the map. That is, and once you get the dash first, and like you get your first spell first, the dash second, and then the wall jump. And really, these three things and your nail are pretty much anything you need to beat the game. Takes a little more, but you get me. Like, you can do so much in this game with just these three essential items. And that's why I was so desperate to get a wall jump, because after finding the dash, I was like, yeah, let's go dashing. Awesome. That is like 50% of the, because I suspected that we wouldn't get spells here because we're not collecting soul. And the game would, the combat mechanics would work differently in Silksong. I knew that much. Then I was like, okay, I need dash, I need the wall jump, and then it's go time. Then the ball's really rolling, and I'm happy with how quickly I got dash. It was a little slower than Hollow Knight, but I also expect Silksong to be bigger, so that makes sense. Also, I don't mind it. I've already seen people complaining or saying, it felt a little too long to get dash. I would have liked to get it sooner. For me, it was fine. But that's your personal opinion. But now the wall cling, I felt like that took me forever. Remember, we were 15 hours in. 15 hours to get that. So either this is going to take me 200 hours to complete, then it would fit the relation between how quickly you get these items in Hollow Knight and how quickly you get them in Silksong. Or they just really mix it up and really make you go a long time without these essential items. Because let me tell you, now that I have these two things, I have more than that, of course. I have talisman, the upgraded stuff for my weapon. I have the different crests, all kinds of other things I have already found, special abilities and whatnot. But really, these two things, dash, walkling. Now I feel I can go anywhere. I really do. And now I feel like with these two abilities and my needles or pogoing, I feel like I can go anywhere. It instantly opens up all. To be honest, I know that it won't be opening up all possibilities, but it feels like the world is my oyster now. And so now it feels really like the ball was rolling, and I felt kind of stuck behind not having that wall jump ability. So that was a little I don't want to say frustrating, but other than the fact that it made me paranoid that I had missed it somewhere, it was kind of... It was irritating, let's call it that, irritating, to feel so locked behind not being able to do so many things just because I don't have that ability. Like, there's so many places like I've really seen where I needed that I couldn't go. And like, the more places I see, the more the game tells me, hey, you have that, right? And I'm like, no. And the more places I see, was like the game is telling me, you still don't have that? You still don't have that? You still don't have that ability? That's kind of why I felt. Kind of why I felt a little paranoid about not finding the Walkling sooner. Yeah, and also, I mean, regarding the length of the game, no idea what it is. I expect at least 100 hours. I have prepared 100 thumbnails. But honestly, it might be significantly longer. We'll see if I have enough energy for that. I sincerely hope I do. And yeah, I mean, remember, we are still in Act 1. And I don't know how many acts there are, but like a classical, or like a very classic structure in storytelling, if you have acts, is a 3-act structure. Not saying that it is the case here, just saying it's the traditional thing of doing things. It's the traditional way of doing things like that. To have 3 acts. We'll see with how many we end up. Might be 20. Like, for all we know, might be 20. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, so now I'm gonna talk to the people of Belhard first and talk to the vendors and see what they have to offer so that I know what they have, and in case I look for something or need something specific, I know where to get it. And then we're gonna go and probably end the episode because it's already been 22 minutes. I'm sorry for talking too much, so much. But then we're gonna go and yeah, backtrack a bunch and check out a bunch of places that we couldn't traverse in before.
Luminarat.
Pavo, welcome, merry pilgrim. Though glorious Belhard may be past its finest shine, it still remains the last friendly stop before the citadel. The last friendly stop? Really? Oh boy. It is the task of I, fair Pavo, to extend the warmest of welcome to those passing devout, such as your good self.
Da, Finistra.
Your town seems returned to healthy form, good bug. I had some concerns that, upon cutting you free, I'd find only husks.
Ula Socia.
Yes, well, most of our residents did not fare so well. Still, it's no good to dwell on dark things. We shall build and grow and welcome, as in any good bellbug's tasks.
Hasbin?
What do you remember of your time caught up upon the thread, Pavo?
Mia Samasa.
Oh, it is difficult. Upsetting, even to think. Strange, sad memories, not my own. And my own thoughts smothered amidst the tangle. If one could choose to connect themselves to something grander, that curse may seem a wonder. For myself, it now seems a horror.
Modella.
Welcome, travelers all. Rest your weary shell and revive your flagging spirit. Belhard, glorious, gleaming, and very, very safe. Stay a while before you begin your final climb.
Modella.
Modella. Ooh, wishboard. My missing courier, Frey of Belhard. My dear little courier was last seen in Shellwood. Please someone find Tip and send him home along with all his precious stock. You bet I'm gonna grant all these wishes. Okay, you're having a missing courier. Silver bells, residents of Belhard. When searching the bell veins carefully, you can sometimes find rare silver bells. If we can salvage some, the material would be of great use. Silver bells, silver bells. hunt. Crawback clearing. Craig of the halfway home. Those blasted crawbacks are fouling up my roof. I've come up with a clever solution to keep them away, but I'll need some help. Inquire at the halfway home if you're fit for the task. Oh, you bet. And it's not at all concerning that that symbol has Lace's stick or weapon. Conductor stick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we have stores. We have stores and places. Potions, okay.
You're
Hey,
not.
who are you? Right. Greetings, shopkeeper. It seems you've recovered well from that sickening affliction. Ah, well, I'm a clever bug. When that strange thread stuck down from above, I shut up tight and huddled in my bell home. Yeah, that's right. That is correct. That store was just bolted up. Smart. Smart indeed. Might have been a problem for the others about here, but my store was flush with supplies, so no fear I'd go hungry.
Peter nodded.
Your preparedness served you well then. Although your store now seems quite bare.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'll admit, the wait was longer than I'd anticipated. And the bug has to eat. I'll have more to offer you once my courier turns up. No doubt he's been avoiding Belhardt's decorous sight of us.
Kadastama.
He would have been wise to do so. If on my travels I happen upon the errant bug, I'll make sure to send him your way. A memory locket and a rosary necklace costs 140. How much would I expect? Like, I would hope the fee is always 20 rosaries. That would mean 120. Yeah, oh right. It has to be. Because I have a rosary necklace. And that contains 120 rosaries. Okay, so 20 rosaries, no matter what you craft, is always the fee that they take. I saw it. Took my wish off the board. You did. Heading out after my stray courier then. One thing after another. You have a couple other things to do, but it's on the list.
Miss Via?
My own tasks see me travel far, shopkeeper. If on my journey I happen upon the errand bug, I'll make sure to send on your way. Then you'll have my thanks and more. It's a rare bug who's braved the wilds to aid a fellow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just checking for additional dialogue. Just testing for breakable floors. Mainly because there's a room top left of the Marrows that is not filled in. We've been there though, that's part of Belhard, so there has to be something where we can go down. Maybe in the Bellaby station, I'll have to double check that. First, I go up to the other shops. Love the music, by the way. All right. Hello. Alexika Scrunch. What? What? Who is it? What you've got? What do you want?
Benny Frank.
I'm just a traveler. One hoping you were not too badly affected by the cursed snares that are upon this town. Pah! What binds them outside means nothing to me. None of them have my keen sense, my respect for the past. You seem able, though. Sneaky, too. If you find any old stuff, anything with a history to it, bring it here. I'll take it. But what's this? I smell something on you right now. You have a relic for me. I have a relic. I'm not sure if it's for you yet. Like, I'm not sure if I want to sell them right now, because as long as I keep them, they're a safe sack of money I have in my backhand in case I lose a bunch, you know, and need a lot all of a sudden. Give relic? No. All of them? No. What? You refuse to pass it on? What good do you think it'll do you? Yeah, save me money. Hello.
Bonva Nama Elo.
Pinmaster Pliny. By Claw. Are you then our savior in the shell? Standing so calm and cool on entrance to Pliny's Bellhome.
That's fine.
What clue, sir, tells of my part in your town's liberation?
Halama.
Why, your blade, fierce warrior. I love the writing so much. Oh, and I love how Hornet is written, so elegant. Any fine pinmaster would detect the sign of deadly work upon that needle's edge. There was a vile curse that struck here. No simple bug, no basic pin could have granted our release. No.
Zazama.
That blade, though, so expertly clutched in claw. That could well have met the task. It was you who cut us free, yes?
Buenera.
I'll grant you sharp sight, Pinmaster, and your saving is fortuitous. This blade that restored your town would now benefit from your service.
Oralo.
Well, yes. I have a busy backlog of pains to tend, but your gracious heroism decrees that unique weapon receives my care at this very moment. Let's say I take a look. Sharp needle? Yeah, sure.
Hola. Serrakar.
Monva. It is done, brave warrior. By my expert claw, your strange blade has received some fast, sharp shine. It shall cut cleaner than ever before.
Magina Fora.
Your efforts provide great aid, Pinmaster. You have my thanks. Sharpened needle. Long sewing tool, uniquely balanced for combat. The blade is honed to a fine edge.
Tamiyan.
Your skills are impressive. My needle sinks from your care. But I must ask, can the blade be honed further?
Pravin.
You seek further sharpening? Further than Pliny does provide? Impertinence! But maybe? But no.
Catestre.
You hesitate? Then it is possible. Are you incapable? Should I seek others within the kingdom?
Halama.
Wait! Yes, seek not others, but an oil, fabled and fine. With it, the citadel once broad, gleaming edge and point to its pins. Though the citadel's pin masters are long past, some small store of that miraculous elixir may remain within its halls,
Bonva Nama Elo.
where even a meager drop pilfered and gifted upon Pliny, your blade could shine brighter still. Just know, dear friend, the veiled bugs would be oh so unkind to the thief who'd claim that fine prize for themselves. I have absolutely no issues with stealing in video games, and least of all from the people who kidnap me. They have it coming.
Hironare.
I'll find the oil, Pinmaster. My needle has seen much use in this cruel kingdom, and I suspect many more battles are due. I will value your further skills upon my blade.
Welyanis.
It is a dangerous wish you accept to this poor Pinmaster. I really hope this one's professional desire does not cost you your life. Oh, it probably will. But the good thing is that I can respawn.
Halama.
Up there, in that citadel, the fabled oil is waiting. Bestow it upon this fine Pinmaster, and your blade shall sing louder yet.
Miofene.
I'll find the oil, Pinmaster, keep your skills sharp.
Halama.
Da, Fenistra.
Of course, it's the fucking bell-based station. Let's fucking go. Okay, just checking for another breakable wall here.
So many though.
Bell Hermit. What do you want, slave? Excuse me? Excuse me? Manners? Calling random people a slave?
Hasbin?
Slave? I'm a traveler, stranger, not a slave.
Menasor.
Exactly what a slave would say. Begone.
Menasor.
The noise from above has returned. That pitiful clamor. The threads have been cut. Oh, I wish I would have come here before I did that. You. It was you who cut them down. Do not deny it. I don't.
Yanara.
Why should I deny it, sir? I severed the thread and defeated the creature guiding the curse into the town. Are you displeased?
So many though.
Displeased? If I breathe, if I live, I am displeased. Only the dead are satisfied. You are a slave and a nuisance. Begone.
Ulas Osia.
I'll waste no more words on you, on a slave. Begone.
Ulas Osia.
Alright, if I ever get anything similar to the King's Brand in Hollow Knight, I'll so come back here. And then that motherfucker can eat his words calling me a slave. That is what we were. That's the hermit. Okay, now we can go down here. Okay. Dead end, huh? Oh, a silver bell, nice. Even here. I'm guessing this also counts as the bell rings. There we go. Okay, interestingly, I heard something, but it seems like we've been here before. Uh-huh. Another silver bell. Silver bell. Nice. Okay, there's another way. That needed some reflexes. Okay, that leads... up here. Okay, this is the exit. Okay, this is just death. It seems. Yeah, this is just death. Okay, cool. But yeah, that means we're here in the Meadows, which is great because right there below us is a nice little place where you can walk climb. That is new. 3 pins. 3 throwing pins. Excuse me, what did you do to my bench?
Haha! Bromat to Tantak!
Lolly. Hola, hola, welcome my lady. So glad you found us here. I can see you're blessed with strong limbs and keen sight. Fond of frolics, are you? Keen to test your aim? You'd be right honored to play a little game with you. A little test of skill we've set up.
Frank.
I have no need to test my skills, sir. Nor do I have time for frivolities.
Minda tu
Oh, but we
Yazabu!
make it worth your while. A prize awaits you, if you can meet our challenge.
Nesvir.
If you offer a prize, that changes matters. I can meet any challenge if the reward is sufficient. What are the rules for your game?
Nera! Primpalo Cassetto!
Exceedingly simple, my lady. I'll provide the pins for throwing, and my associate will provide the target. Hit the target 15 times, and you'll earn yourself a worthy prize.
Haha! Rankamentis
Hola, time
Faradalia.
to play. Take the straight pins and strike the target when you see it. If you can strike the target 15 times, the prize is yours.
Vavuma! Pimpalo Cassetto.
Oh la la, I have something to tell you that not cross past is Vargas. It's law of the game. We'll abide by laws here, don't we? The action have disqualified you, my lady, but we harbor no ill will. Step over here and we begin a new round at once.
Pimpalo Cassetto.
Interested in a little game, my lady? If you can hit the target 15 times, you'll earn yourself a worth it prize.
Haha, Rancamentis Faradalia. Bavuma! Oh! Oh! Oh, blood! Oh! Oh, Nera, Pimpalo Cassetto.
Oh la la, that's it then. A lady has struck the target 15 times. A beautiful victory. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. A little levity is a balm in these troubled times, don't you think?
Fadastama.
And I thought such dreams be best saved for times of peace. But perhaps there's truth in what you say. And now that I have bested your challenge, it will produce the prize I have earned.
Sirata, Sacra
Oh, of course. I see you have a tool pouch of your own there, full to bursting with baubles and trinkets, no doubt. I'll fit another pocket onto it, so you can carry even more tools and shards with you. A fair price, wouldn't you say? You pulled that out of your ass.
Haha, Rancamentis Faradalia.
The frolics have ended, my lady. If you'd like to really test yourself, we should play again. Hit the target 25 times and you'll earn yourself a beautiful necklace of rosaries. What do you say? Bet 25 and win 120.
Haha, Rancamentis
Alala, time to play.
Faradalia.
Take this repins and strike the target when you see it. If you can strike the target 25 times, the price is yours.
Bavuma! Oh! Oh, Bilal, Bilal! Oh! 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 Oh, Bilal, Bilal! Oh, Bilal, Bilal! Oh!
What?
Oh! Hello!
Oh, that's a miss.
Oh! Ah!
Second miss. Probably 3 strikes and we're out, huh?
Oh! Nera, Pimpalo Cassetto.
Hola, hola, you have to stop there. It's 3 times now you've missed your mark. I'm afraid it makes you the loser of a little game with all due respect. Fret not though, for we never tire of playing. Step over here and we can start another game. You know what? One more try.
Haha, Rancamentis Faradalia. Bromat
Oh.
to Tantak.
My lady, I pray you consider I accidentally hit no, I'm sorry. Would be an honor to see those strong limbs of yours in action, truly. Are you flirting? I actually meant to hit yes.
Haha, Rancamentis Faradalia. Bavuma!
Mane.
Oh!
Why?
Oh! Bilan! Bilan! Oh!
Why?
Oh! Hey, oh!
Why?
Oh! Oh! Bilan! Bilan! Hello!
Damn it.
Oh! Ha ha ha! Oh! 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 Bilan! Bilan! Lira! Preparo
Ah,
Cassetto.
damn. So close again. Alright, but I'm not gonna do it another time. I mean, also, one could argue you pay 25 to play a game and win 120 when you could also pay 140 and get a rotary with 120. It's basically the same deal. You lose. It's even a worse deal, technically. You pay more and you have to win a game. I know, but it's more fun. But I'm aware that actually paying 140 rosaries and getting a necklace for 120 is actually better because you only lose 20, not 25 rosaries, and you don't have to play the game, so you actually get them. Now I've spent 50 and got nothing. But yeah, human brain dumb. What can I say? But yeah, thank you all for being here. Unfortunately, that's been an hour, so we didn't do much. We just discussed a bunch of lore. I mean, we sharpened our needle, we talked to a bunch of people, had some fun, played some games. What's more there? What is there more to want in a game and in the world, right? As always, I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it may be for you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.